right, we are back. We have 15 mugs left. Had a very quick dinner. Didn't even think about turning off this thing, which is, awesome. Not like I'm trying to burn down the house or anything here. Yeah. So, let's see, what are we doing today? Earlier today, we got cookies made for underneath the yarn bowl kilns. Gary learned how to wedge Burma Industries. Keep that and give it to Mom. She was curious where my decals were from. I said, I don't know. I was staring at the labels of these for 6 hours. Why would I know the answer to that question? I'm helpful like that. So this water is super duper hot, so we're just going to take that down a notch. I already did 2 of these. Let's see what else I got. Yeah, so we have been kicking ass and taking names and getting all of these decals done. So this is not something we do on a regular basis, but since we had a kiln that's not ready to run for anything that we normally do, and we had this, I was going to have to buy another one of these skillets to do the, I only have 2 left. So before you continue loading the kiln, can you,
Yep. I was trying to give you room here.
I appreciate that.
So my goal is give me room here.
Give me flat space.
Then clean those, and then load what I have up there already.
Okay.
And then come back down.
So in our studio, flat space is always at a premium, and it's at a huge premium right now. With me doing the yarn bowl challenge, so Gary giving me flat space is amazing. Yeah, so everything just sort of aligned today for us to work on this and get this project done, which is awesome because we've sort of been planning this project since February or March. So the fact that we can actually get this going is just awesome. Sometimes there's just not enough time in a work day from just put aside your regular work to get your extra work done. But, today everything just kind of aligned. these little bubbles in here I want to try to get out. So you never truly know how a decal is going to look until after it fires. Some colors get lighter, some colors get darker, some colors just get brighter. But that's a cute little Noah's Ark kind of decal. As I said in the previous video, we are mostly a Christmas business because our major show is November through December at the Palmer Park Mall in Easton, Pennsylvania. So Christmas, Hanukkah, Yule, those kinds of holidays are really where our biggest market is. We are working on changing that a little bit with bringing the pottery into things. We're planning on doing much more shows next year. I did not have the time and the kiln space and everything to get a booth ready to go for like the local farmers market. But that's one of my random goals for next year, is to get to the farmers market and to put out the pottery that I've made throughout the year and whatnot. We do have a local flea market. I don't think that they're my crowd. And we also have a local living farm that does a few shows throughout the year. So I'm going to try them as well. See how those shows go. But over the next couple of months, now that we have the kiln side of everything figured out, I'm going to be working really hard to fill booth space at these shows for next year. So, I'm obviously working on getting shorts made for YouTube, and once I have a bunch of videos made, I'm probably going to spend like a week or two making those instead of throwing, which is sad for me because, well, I like the pottery portion of it. The social media portion of it stresses me out. So I'm going to be taking a couple weeks, and you know what? I really hate this decal. Guys, calling it. That decal goes away now. I don't like it. I don't want it. Gary is amazing. this from here. I can't decide if things are too hot or too cold. The colder the water is, the longer it takes for the decals to like really release. So I want it as hot as my fingers can like handle repeatedly. Also, the newer the decal, the faster it comes off. So some of these are newer. Some of these are way older. So these need a few hours to dry. So we're not going to run this kiln until we go to bed tonight. And it's kind of funny because I'm part of so many clay groups, and like the big thing nowadays is you must watch your kiln at all times so it doesn't blow up your house. And I mean, you know, safety. Safety is always a thing that you should pay attention to. If you're in a studio and it's dusty, you should wear a mask. And if you're playing with hot things, then you should have a oven mitt. And, you know, yes, there are many, many safety precautions that you should do in a studio. So I'm not saying what we do is correct, but I can honestly say that our electric bill is cheaper after 6 o'clock at night. So we start our kiln after dinner, and at some point we go to bed, and then we wake up in the morning and we open the kiln to we start venting it to let the heat out. I have never babysat a kiln in my life. We've had 2 or 3 melted plugs. And sometimes those melted plugs cause the kiln to error out and not fire correctly. Sometimes the kiln went through just fine, but knock on wood, you know, we have when we put the kilns in, we put the stone sheetrock up, and it's on a cement floor. It's in a well-vented garage, and it's knock on wood, never caused an issue, other than on occasion we have a bad firing. And yeah, again, I would never tell people to not be extra cautious with their stuff, especially if they have a new kiln and they don't know, you know, what they're doing or how it's going to behave or whatever. but I just feel like the safety precautions of people have gotten a little ridiculous to scaring new people that have started in the hobby. And it's a little crazy. And you know, I'm definitely not a person that's, this is how I've always done it, so this is how I'm always going to do it going forward. That's not true. When I took over my parents' business, I didn't think that I could reclaim my slip. Because they were having issues, or they had issues with an old slip company that when they reclaimed their slip, it was becoming extremely brittle. So for the low fire clay, so they had stopped doing reclaim. But you know, I never questioned it, and then I started seeing people online going, or you know, that there was reclaim machines, and so now I'm looking up recipes to reclaim, like why is it becoming brittle, blah blah blah, and I'm learning that people are just like putting it back into their slip machine or putting it into the reclaim machine and just reusing it. And I'm like, well, I'm spending thousands of dollars on clay, like why? And so I tried it. Why not? I can add a cup every day of this reclaim back into my slip and see what happens. I mean, really, what's a cup of reclaim gonna do to it, right? Let's try it. So then I went from a cup to, like, after that worked just fine, I went from like a cup to a pint. Like, let's try it, let's see what happens. And then I just kept adding more and more reclaim back into my slip until now I just toss the entire bucket of reclaim into my pouring machine and let it mix up. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, this would probably be easier if I did it, like, you know, every day I added the bottom of the bucket to the pouring machine. Might be easier. But, you know, it's not what I've started doing, so. And then, because I taught Gary, he waits till the bucket's nice and full. I got 5 more over here. So he reclaims how I was reclaiming. And now with reclaiming clay, I have no problem just keeping it in a bucket. And then when it's nice and soft and ready to go, I just spread it out on a board. But yeah, reclaim has never been a problem for me now. Gary, I feel like these will sell well. What do you think?
Huh?
I feel like this decal will sell well. What do you think? I mean, Christmas shows, it's kind of hard, but...
Yes?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think that one will sell?
Alright,
I'll do one of those then.
I assume, like, the glaze stuff, I want to keep this a little bit away from the element.
Yeah. Yep. I was just talking about, it's kind of crazy all the precautions that people say you need to do now. And not that I'm just because it's always been done this way, I need to continue doing it this way kind of person, but like the biggest thing right now on all the clay channels are you need to sit and babysit your kiln while it runs. Could you imagine sitting and babysitting the slow running 12-hour kiln?
I don't even want to be in the room with it.
Right? Well, they'll tell you then you don't have it properly ventilated. Well, and that would be true. That, our vent isn't currently running in the garage right now. But, like, our garage is not airtight, even remotely. And with the, sometimes the back door being open, like, while it's running, yeah. But, yeah, you need to sit and babysit your kiln.
No.
And then I got into the whole, I definitely don't do things the way my parents did things. Like, we reclaim slip now. I started off with like a cup at a time. Like every morning I would go in when I went to pour, and I would take a cup out of the fucking bucket, and I would put that cup into the reclaim, or into the slip bucket for the day. That's how I started, because I didn't really know exactly how it was going to work, and I didn't know, what ratio it was before things started getting brittle. Because that was the original reason why they don't reclaim, is because their slip was becoming really brittle. Their greenware was becoming really brittle. So I'm like, well, let's start with a cup and see what it does. Because really, it's just a cup. And then I moved on to a pint. And then eventually I moved on to the whole bucket. And because I taught you the whole bucket, that's what you do.
Yeah.
But like, you could just take that green bowl right there and every day just fill it with sludge and throw it in your pouring machine. And thicken up your slip a little bit.
I don't have that problem right now, but yeah, I see what you mean.
And I have no problem just leaving all of my reclaim in a bucket down here until it's soft enough for me to throw it on a board. I don't need all the crazy multi-bucket systems with the mixer and the like. Yeah, a mixer would probably be nice, because then it wouldn't be as much work to get it wedged. But oh, can you look at that? No, okay, that right. Yeah, I almost put this one on upside down. Yeah, like a mixer would probably be nice, because it would mix it all up and I wouldn't have to do as much manual labor wedging. But I would much rather have like if I was going to choose a tool to have next, I would much rather have a slab roller. And now that I thought about the basement would be a perfect place for a slab roller. Now I'm stuck on slab rollers. Do you have any more? Lots more left. Let's, I guess, grab all the Christmassy ones and do those. We have mugs for Kai.
Canada. Oh, Canadian.
Canadian. Do the Noah's Ark one. Kept thinking that I was going to ask you to bring me down my light so that I could have better light over here. I kept forgetting to ask you to do that.
Yeah, I'm sleeping.
What?
Yeah, I'm sleeping.
So we sleep down here. I think it's because there's just crappy air down here. Instead of doing a full filter box, I might just do a filter fan. And I keep saying why bother, because I really should be like, I should like mop this floor. But man, do I not want to mop this floor. Man, do I not want to. Like, getting everything up off the floor and like getting it mopped is just, that would be so nice. I can't remember if I actually got signed up for an Alien RPG while I was at Age.
I think you did. I told you to do it. There was only one seat. You hesitated, and I said do it.
Is that the one?
Or was it Cthulhu? It was. I think it was Aliens though. Because you really wanted to do it.
I hope I got into an Aliens. If I started up Sundays again at some point, I would run Aliens.
Would you would run a campaign or?
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Huge, big if. But if I decided to do Sundays again, I would do an Aliens campaign.
I know you really like. I don't know if you like the world, if you like the mechanics, if you like the story.
I like the mechanics. I like the world. I love that it's different.
Yeah.
That's my big thing. I love that it's different. It's not D&D, it's not Pathfinder, it's not fantasy. It's not even current world. It's so different.
Awesome.
Yeah, it probably won't be with the same group of people because they definitely won't be into that. But yeah, if I pick up Sundays again, I would probably do Alien.
And would you use some of the D&D type things that you like to use, like if you spend time studying a thing, then
Alien already has all of that built in.
Does it?
It does. With their XP system, Dragonheim? No. Dragonbane uses the same experience system as Aliens.
Yeah, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you?
Right. So after every game, you get 5 to 10 experience depending on what you did, and then you use that to learn things and improve your stats, but it's never to the point where like one person is level 20 and one person is level 5. It doesn't, like, improving your stats doesn't work like that in Aliens.
So let's say I wanted to improve something or learn something. Would you give me bonus XP towards only that thing? And then I could spend the rest of the XP that I earned to finish it off?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, like you guys would be on either a crappy planet or a crappy station, and you guys either make it better or you don't. And you guys can join a team to go out and explore, or join a team to go and bring stuff to someone, but I don't even know. Maybe I would do it via I don't know. It's so different.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so nice that it's so different. Um, and I haven't looked into the new book, the version 2 of Aliens, but I probably won't. Well, I might. Because maybe they have, because there was some things that, like, they didn't have that was, like, they didn't have, like, a monetary system for. So I'd probably look to see what they've added to that and whatnot. I would probably look to see what they changed, is my point. But,
So Cthulhu is very different, but what did you find Cthulhu too crunchy?
I don't find Cthulhu too crunchy. I find Cthulhu too... Man, I don't want to say out there. Do one more of these, and I'll do one more of those angels, and then that'll be all of the ones I have.
I think I have. Is it that in Cthulhu, anytime that we've played, it's at a con, usually, or it's like a one shot, and it's like solve this mystery, and once you solve it, like, what do you do from there? So, like, how do you like make a game that keeps going beyond that mystery?
I feel like with Call of Cthulhu, once you start getting into like the magic portion of it, it just gets.
So what if you don't?
Or the insanity portion of it.
Insanity, yeah.
I don't like the feels of Call of Cthulhu in a long-term game.
Yeah. You would need to like maybe homebrew quicker insanity recovery or.
Yeah. And like, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Because I feel like once you've like hit insanity, then you're bringing in a new character.
Yeah. I mean, they both have something in common, which is like aliens and Call of Cthulhu, and that they're both.
But you don't have to play aliens as deadly as, because you don't have to fight aliens.
Right.
Like, there's so much more going on in the world than just aliens.
Well, and I think you could build Call of Cthulhu without Cthulhu in general. Like, that could be a once in a while thing, and for the most part, you're just living life.
Right.
Which then it's a bunch of D100 rolls to see if you can succeed at things that you're doing in your life.
Right. Yeah,
so I feel like after I don't know how much more do you have? Is that the last one?
The last two.
Last two? Okay. Then I can take this up and load it, and that's done. I am kind of running out of time, but maybe I need to have a little bit more time than I think, and I can. I would like to set your mom up for tomorrow in case she wants to put lights in. I assume she does.
Yep, she does.
Then I can, bring down the big trees and sit there for her. If I don't have time before, I'll have to do it later tonight.
Okay. Okay, so you're bringing down trees in your next. Okay.
Well, I don't know if I'm doing it, but I think having this set up for her would be. Yeah. Even if I bring them down and you set them up, before you finish, maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you to bring me down your own poles, but I can go get your own poles. My concern is
I'm not going to have time tomorrow, probably. So I'm going to be getting up and making us breakfast tonight. I think. Because on Sunday is when you should probably do pancakes.
I'm betting with the state of those bananas that tomorrow banana bread is going to magically appear. Unless I go up there and like freeze them, I'm betting banana bread is going to magically appear tomorrow.
I mean, they could end up in our river too.
I mean, I could just ask her not to make banana bread.
Yeah. That's true.
Last one.
Yeah, I can't fit from that.
Okay.
And then it's just these boxes here are now in her way.
I don't know. I was playing in an Aliens play-by-post that I was having so much fun with, and then the group got so sporadic with like when we played and like when people responded that I finally just got so annoyed and I left the game. I sort of regret leaving the game, but I don't know. I just couldn't do it. It drove me up a wall. And then when they did finally get to playing, they had like 100 posts that I couldn't keep up with, and I'm like, oh my god. Okay. We went from nothing for like months to everyone getting caught up. So I don't know. Play-by-posts make me a little nervous that way. It's really on the DM to like keep things moving and going, and I had so much fun with Tulanik, but it also became very overwhelming with my holiday seasons and some people participating and other people not, and people wanting to wait for the people that didn't participate to participate. So I don't want to do it. I know I don't want to do it. Already, I know this. Oh, I haven't watched this in years. Okay. But yeah, I feel like yeah, I don't know. I think that if I pick up Sundays again, it will be Aliens. Currently I am finishing out my Sunday campaign and handing it off to a different DM to run whatever he wants to run. And so yeah, I'm glad someone else is taking over Sundays. And tree.
Is it piece 5?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah. So I guess like my question would be, is it like if you had to name the number one thing with aliens, is it that it's
There's no magic, and it's so different from a fantasy setting.
okay? So
It's kind of
the,
twofold.
It's the different setting and no magic.
Yeah.
More so than that, like liking the mechanics or anything like that. It's just really, it's like different setting, no magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess I also love the interplay with all the different corporations, but that's why I liked Ravnica.
Yeah.
Because of the interplay of all of the different factions and guilds and whatnot in Ravnica.
Yeah. If you ran another D&D campaign, that's what I would.
That's what you would want me to run in Ravnica? That's fair. I did enjoy Ravnica. I think I had, I don't want to say the wrong group for Ravnica, but
I wish that they appreciated Ravnica for what it is and not try to change it.
Yeah. Yeah. You ever get that feeling when you're just like, I should have just swept them all into the garbage and moved on? The moment. This for these now. That again in 2 minutes. But for the moment. Yeah, I've been, I don't want to say not feeling the fantasy settings and whatnot, because I definitely have with the right groups.
I feel like this usually meets your tired.
Yeah.
So probably the 3 is fine.
Yeah. Do any of them need snow?
No. That is beyond the minis, the last things that we need for Grand Place. And Wood Indian needs those 2 boxes. And I think the white box base start box. Grand Place, they have both of those. Look up. There's maybe too long after that. I'm down to 9 minutes, so I could start getting to that.
I'm doing a full cleanup of my area.
Okay. If you get a chance, you want to bring watermelon, that's awesome. I'll bring these up.
Okay. cleanup, guys. Right. So. This and rinse this out. This is going to be used for wax. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, I'm going to set this up. Well, let's say 300. And I'm going to flip. This is leftover wax. So we're going to set that upside down. That wax is hardened. So we're going to let that sit. So what I do when I set up my tables is I do 2 pieces of paper down for the primary, and then I do 2 pieces of paper down for what I actually work on. I have room now, I forgot. So I have 2 pieces of paper down for the base. And then I have 2 pieces of paper down for what I work on, so that when I need to clean up, I just take off the top page, or if I know I'm going to be especially dirty that day, I put down an extra sheet really quick. But then I don't have to do a full cleanup for a while. And that also protects the plastic that's under here. Okay. For some reason, I'm thinking 300 is too high. Let's do 200. I just want that to warm up and let the wax release. So this is the wax I'm using, Wax On by the Ceramic Shop. Everyday wax resist, fast dry, not tacky, hard finish. It's fine. I don't know if I would buy it again. I watch so many people just like throw really cheap candles into these things and use them. So if I buy this again, it would be simply to paint my pieces with, uh, so that I can then fire, but it would be a decoration, not for the bottom of the bowls. All right, so I'm going to head back over to the other side of the studio. Wipe up these things that I've done. I'll wipe up these cookies so that they are ready to kiln. We'll make a candle tomorrow. Which is just a fancy term for saying they're going to get heated up until they run off all the moisture. They'll sit down here with the humidifier on. Up. It's already brought up a bunch for me that have been down here for just a couple days so that they can sit and heat at the kiln. Heat at the garage while the kiln runs too. But yeah, I figure if I candle the kiln tomorrow, 2 or 3 times, and I candle the kiln Sunday. Then Sunday night, I actually bought a gasifier. Am I forcing these to dry too quickly? Absolutely. Would I do this on real pieces? No, I would not. But because I'm trying to get these yarn bowls in the kiln as quickly as possible now, because I need to move on. I need flat space. I need to get rid of all the yarn bowls that are currently taking up residence on 4 tables upstairs. And 30 of them in the kiln on Monday. Every other day, just to keep trees and not always dead. Flat space. So. Upstairs. We have anywhere to put it. So I think we're going to flip these out onto bats. They're plastic bats, so they won't dry as quickly. But humidifier. Should sorry. Let me get your YouTube. Okay, well, nobody heard any of that. So we're just going to do a too long, didn't read. My goodness. We have been fighting a challenge of flat space in the studio, and a big portion of that is the 100 yarn bowl challenge that I did, where I made 100 yarn bowls in 30 days, and it worked really nice. Everything was going smooth, and then my parents decided to book a vacation, and they can't vacation by themselves anymore, which means we also had to book a vacation, which was very nice. We had a great time. And I'm like, well, it's right in the middle of throwing, it's right when I'm done throwing. So realistically, like, it should be fine, because I knew I was going to have to take a week in the middle of this challenge to let everything dry before stuff started hitting the kiln. And I thought it would be good. We went away, and I fully expected to get back and all of my pieces be bone dry and everything be perfect and wonderful and rainbows. And then Pennsylvania decided that it was going to compete with the Amazon for the wettest place on Earth. So the pieces that I thought were dry when we left, I came back to, and they were wet. So that kind of sucked. And if we had been here, we could have put on, a ton of dehumidifiers, and everything would have been just fine. But because we weren't, we didn't know. And obviously nobody was here to put the dehumidifiers on. And I mean, we always have a friend watch our place, but like, he doesn't touch the ceramics part of it, like, or the pottery or the stoneware or whatever. He doesn't touch this. So I can't say, okay, feel the stoneware, see how wet it is, and then, turn on a dehumidifier. Like, that's not how that works. So yeah, we came back, things were wetter than when we left. So we turned on dehumidifiers, we candled the pieces, but realistically we got right back into tree making because we have orders to fill, and that's our primary business. This is still a hope and a dream. So we worked quickly to get everything, dried and through the kiln and whatnot. So now we are to a point where everything but this and like not even 20 yarn bowls, one more kiln load, and we didn't run those through because they'll just go through with these. Are going to go through on Sunday. I'm going to candle it twice. I'm going to candle it twice on Saturday, and then I'll candle it again on Sunday to kind of force the moisture out of these. I would not do that with a real piece, because these are just cookies, I'm going to do that. Candling is just a fancy word for heating up the kiln enough to make these things release their moisture. We try to do it nice and slow so that they get warm enough to kind of steam, but not hot enough that it boils the water inside and explodes. Again, these are just cookies, so some of these aren't even like perfectly round. They're definitely not even on top. These are just to put the yarn bowls on while they are in the kiln after we glaze them, so that if the glaze runs either more than anticipated, or even if I'm using a running glaze as much as anticipated, they don't ruin my kiln shelf. They just either ruin these or they get a little drip or two on them. And for the first kiln load, I don't need as many. So I'm just going to put the ones that I think are the driest into the kiln to candle. Because I'm going to start with the clear glaze on the really pretty marbled ones. And that way I don't need as many of these to go through. So that's what I'm thinking. Tomorrow I will candle anything that looks dry. I don't think these are going to look dry, but these got thrown last night. But they're going to hang out down here in with my dehumidifier for the evening. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. If you are hanging out and watching me today on either Twitch or YouTube, I would love a follow or a subscribe. I'm still trying to get my 50 people on Twitch, and I need 500 people on YouTube before I can do fun things like polls and whatnots. But yeah, if you know, make a comment, tell me you're here. I always interact with viewers, although I do have to say that because I'm running through Restream, I do have a whole lot of delay. I wasn't actually planning to go live to YouTube on a regular basis, but I figured with the yarn bowl challenge, I had wanted to do that. My intention was to go live to Twitch and then put up shorts and whatnot to YouTube as I edited videos. And I may go back to that intention again. Because I definitely don't want the people that have subscribed to me for the shorts to, or that followed me for the shorts, to unfollow me because I'm going live every day, 3 times a day. Like, So I'm thinking maybe tomorrow I will go down to just live on Twitch. You know. I was also thinking about going live on Facebook at some point. But it's a whole nother thing that I have to figure out. I don't do social media much. So I am feeling rather old with all of the technology that I need to start paying attention to. Okay. I wish I had a friend who loved editing or needed practice or whatever, because I would love to just be like, here are all of my videos. Go ahead and make whatever shorts you want. But alas, I don't have anyone like that. So at some point, I need to man up, and I need to just be like, you are going to sit at this computer for 6 hours, and you're going to put together 6 hours, probably 10 shorts. 12 shorts. If not less. But yeah, at some point I need to just sit down and do it. Unfortunately, if I'm doing that, I'm not doing real work. And I have so much real work to do. Okay. All right, well, that's all the done ones. So I guess if I stack them like this, they're not going to dry as fast, but I'll have more room. And then these will be able to sit on wood instead of on plastic. So they will dry a little bit faster. And then I just have to wipe these down tomorrow. I have 2 boards full of reclaim that are in arches now. I'm going to keep the dehumidifier on overnight, and tomorrow after my morning game, I have so much to do tomorrow. So, tomorrow I have to wipe these down and flip them over. I have to wipe down the yarn bowls that are going in the kiln for the evening so that there's no sharp edges on any of the spirals. I have to wedge 2 boards full of reclaim, which doesn't sound like a lot of work, but that is a lot of painful work. And really, it's building muscles that I've never had to use before, so it's not bad. But yeah, it's definitely tiring. So, wipe these down, wipe down the yarn bowls. Wedge the 2 boards of clay. And then if I get to painting tomorrow, awesome. And if I don't, it is what it is. Saturdays are bad for me because every other Saturday is bad for working because I run games. But I really enjoy those games. I'm tired. What time is it? 7:30. Not allowed to be tired at 7:30, guys. Okay. I'm going to go check on that wax, see how that's doing, and grab some bowls from upstairs. Definitely going to start with the marbled ones. I'm going to try to get as many of the marbled with clear glaze in as possible. I currently have 2 buckets that are dry. 1 bucket that is just absolute slop, which is good. That'll go on a board tomorrow. And then these 2 buckets of really dry stuff, I will I'll throw my throwing water onto it to start to reclaim these. And man, I'm hoping when I'm done I'll have 100 pounds, but I don't know if I will. Don't know. But yeah, when Gary goes to deliver and pick up some pink paint for me, I'm gonna have him pick up 100 pounds of clay. I'm unclear as to what color I'm going to get. I've been liking the grog in the buff, but somebody made a really good point that I could probably get white with grog and it would be the same. So I may switch from buff with grog to white with grog. Well, I wish that I had a wireless camera on me. because I would love to show everyone the craziness of how many yarn bowls are out here and how much room it's taking up. And I forgot that I need to wash these before I do anything else. So, oh, you know what? Let's grab the light. We're going to plug the light in. There's going to be a lot of up and down the stairs. My grandfather built a dumbwaiter in their old studio to get stuff from the basement upstairs. And I feel like that was the best decision ever. And while we have a stone wall right there, kind of wish that I could build a dumbwaiter. Okay, we're gonna let that light charge for a little bit. And we're gonna wash these. I need like rubber gloves. Okay, so you can't see that, but it's starting to melt. So I feel like I need something that I can pry it out with. I also feel like I should have frozen this, because maybe it would have just popped right out then. So a lot of people just throw like super cheapo candles in here. So I think what I'm going to do is look on Amazon and find whatever the cheapest wax is. And use that for future. So I'm going to take my scrubby and I'm gonna wash these really quick. I feel like I should have put that over there. I am unclear as to why I have to do this, other than just getting, like, I guess just dust particles off of it. But everyone's like, make sure you wash your stoneware before you start painting it. So I'm like, okay. And because this is such a big initiative, and like it's my first really big initiative, I don't want to like stupidly fuck it up. Everything that I've painted thus far has come out just fine, not being washed. But so, oh God, this is gorgeous. All right, I'm kind of happy that I washed this just so I could see the colors come through. This is kind of cool. Okay. All right, so there's some things in here that I need to like scratch it a little bit, but we're gonna take this over. I'm gonna knock all of these boxes off. Okay. All right. And of course, I left my mouse. Okay. Okay. I have so much room over here now. This is amazing. Gary and I worked on a project today That was getting rid of 2 boxes of mugs that my parents bought years and years and years ago. Come. Okay. Yeah, my parents bought boxes of Dun mugs years ago. And they've just been kind of hanging out forever and ever. Okay. All right. Oh. So I made some marble yarn bowls. This one's a lot more brown than it is marble. Well, on the outside at least. So this is going to be dark brown and buff or white, like it'll be like a cream color, and really, really dark brown, like those 2 colors. That's what that marbling is going to look like inside of that bowl. So for these, I want to do just a clear coat of glaze to kind of really show off that marbling. And in doing that, I still need to do a dust attached itself to my piece. I jokingly say my bisque makes really good nail files. But yeah, like that right there, so pretty. Love that. So this one I thought was cool. I made it into a G-clef. And the marbling on this is gorgeous. Really happy with the marbling on this. So this is definitely going to get a clear coat. Now on the inside, I'm not so happy that I have all these little pieces in here from things that fell into it. So this I'm probably going to have to go grab my sander. Or I can just use my nails. Grind my nails down some more, it's fine. So I know there was a big controversy, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago, about school teachers and telling their kids that they have to clip their nails to do pottery. And like, how dare they, and blah, blah, blah. Man, I could not imagine trying to throw with nails. It would just make everything 100 times more difficult. And I don't think it would be nearly as enjoyable. So let's see, can you see inside the pot? Right there. I have 2 little spots that need to be ground out. So I need to go get my block sander and do that. But for the moment, I think what I want to do is look through these tiles. I have an open working space right now, so I feel like it's a really good time to do this. I have to figure out a good place to set up the camera. So I think you guys are going to get knocked around a little bit. All right. What if I did? Oh. Nope. You don't fit in my camera thingy. All right. Nope. Okay. Oh. No, that's just a little tripod. All right. I wish you guys could see what I'm doing right now. I think I'm being brilliant. I'm obviously unclear if that's true or not, but I think I'm being brilliant. Oh, that just sinks. Okay. Does that really sink? Yeah, that is just a free moving piece. Okay, all right. Okay, let's see. All right, so I'm clamping this onto my light bar. Now that automatically sinks, but if I have the cord hold it up, Oh, all right. Well, what if I did that? Okay, all right. Let's mark off where I am here. Am I upside down? I am upside down. All right, let's turn that around. Duplicate that. All right, and then where's my camera? Camera. My mouse is too far away from my computer, guys. There we go. Gary bought me a mouse and a keyboard that all go into one USB port, which has been phenomenal. Except, okay, here we go. So this is my one edge. We need a piece of tape to tack this down. This is my other edge. Okay. All right, all right. All right, so I don't have all of these fired yet. So we're just going to do these. And the ones that we can figure out, we'll put straight up onto the shelf and away. And the ones we can't figure out, we'll leave till all of the other testers we'll leave till the other testers get done. Okay. Oh my goodness, so many bottles, guys. Here we go. I do have a couple of cheat sheets that I'll be using. Oh. Okay.
At some point, I joked online, I'm like, organize? What does that mean? Some point I'll organize these by, like, colors on shelves. Right now, I just have it separated by, cone. Which is honestly way more important than my color. But, at some point I will. Oh. Come on. Come to me. Okay. I'm not tired, you're tired. So many glazes, guys. So many glazes. Alright. I do also want to make a list of ones that I want to mix on a yarn bowl. You know what? Let's just write it on the paper. Okay. Is that all of them? No. Okay. Alright, dark flux and light flux haven't gotten fired yet, so that's fine. I knew that was an issue. Okay. Cool. Alright. Here we go. So, what I want to do is, I want to make this into a couple of shorts. So these little ones, they don't have pictures of what they look like. These big ones, on the other hand, do. Like, that's just a white gloss. A lot of what I am pulling out right now are going to be these little guys, because this is what I started with in my tester kits. Guys, I'm so sorry. I know I'm yawning. It's so bad. All right. Cool, cool. Now. All right, so we have this one here, which I already know is the black engobe. It's a matte black glaze. It's by Mako. It's stoneware glaze. It goes... preferred temperatures are cone 5 to 10. These were all fired on cone 6. But it is just a simple matte black. So, what I've done on my other ones, this is my green that I use for the Christmas trees. I write down what they are and what cone that they were fired to. So this is a Mako glaze. All of these are going to be Mako glazes. So my point in this is so that, and this is buff with grog. My point in this is if I ever run out of this particular glaze and I don't repurchase it, I can have a stack of these that I just kind of like have, and then if I'm looking for glazes to kind of rebuy, or if I'm looking for something specific, I can go through them this is on white, standard white. And like, I mean, there's not much of a difference there, right? So maybe I'll just go with white. Now, I don't know if I can write on the Umbria. Oh yeah, that's fine. You're not really going to see it in here. But I'm going to be looking for colors that are different on the dark clay versus the light clay. I'm going to be looking for some like opaques, translucents, things like that. All right. Black engobe is done. I don't think I have a big one of this. I really like the engobe, but it can't work on my yarn bowls because it is a mat and I don't want the yarn pulling on it. So I didn't get any of this in the big thing, and I'm not sure. Yeah, the engobe is not food safe. Hold on. Oh, it does say that the black engobe is food safe. Okay. It doesn't have it on the actual bottle here. All right, I'm just going to mark that as food safe. So then I just take this and I put that on top of there, and then I am done with that one. All right, let's see what else we got here. All right, well, this is going to be the black gloss. This didn't get a good enough coat. I don't know if this is the only one I did with black gloss or not, because, well, it is just black gloss. It is black and shiny. Alright, I think that's the only... Alright. So, this is... And again, it needed another coat. I must have been in a super hurry when doing this. That side's much better. Mako Stoneware. Come on, camera, focus. SW508 Black Gloss. And this is on, I think this is on white. Yep. It's on the white clay. Okay. This doesn't look like Enchanted Forest. I think this one is... I think this one's Stone Wreck. It's the blue with the brown crystals, or Shipwreck. Yeah, this has to be Shipwreck. That's definitely mint chip, I know that one. Hey guys, if you're going to do test tiles, don't do them all at once. Don't be me. That's cool too. Okay. So this one has blue crystals in it, so this is definitely not the same as that. This one has brown crystals in it. This one has the blue crystals in it. Okay. Alright, so this one is Shipwreck. Okay. I love this one. This one makes me happy. Yep. I wish I could see that on top of a darker color clay, and maybe I did it. I would have to. I would have to check through. I'm looking for my mint chip. I'm so sorry, not mint chip, mint speck. And it's so funny, writing on the white versus the buff is very different because the buff has the grog in it. So I have to say, I'm not really a huge fan of it, but I also am. It's very playful and like little kiddish. So I'm not really quite sure what I would use it for. And I feel like I want to layer it over some stuff to see what happens when I layer it. But yeah, this is a different one. If you're following along and watching, let me know what you think of this one. Mint speck. All right, I had white engobe down here, so let's. This can go away now. All right. So this is white engobe. This is a white mat. Very simplistic white mat. Once again, I can't use this for my yarn bowls. Because I can't have any matte glazes because it will pull on the yarn. EG001. And I have a ton more of these to go into the kiln. This is it on the Umbria clay. The Umbria clay is obviously a much darker clay. The dehumidifier running makes it much warmer down here than it normally is. All right, let's see. I have a sandy color. This might be... Oh. It could be micro champagne. Maybe? And this is why I do this, because like these are pretty, but so what is that? I don't think any of these are speckled buff. No, that's definitely not speckled buff. Okay. I am not quite sure what these two are. So I'm going to set these aside. I'm going to set these aside. Okay. Alright, this is an engobe. Let's see if I can find all of my engobes. Okay, those are all the same. I'm going to say that this was the brick red engobe. I have another white. That's interesting. Because I wasn't sure if I did it or not. That's fine. Alright, this is definitely speckled buff. This is definitely... Ooh. Another one of these guys, shipwreck. That's a mix. That's a mix. Those are the same. Those are pretty. That's that metallic looking one. It's that same sandy looking one. It's the same as that. That's quite different. That actually is the same as that one. That's a mix. Okay. Same as that. Oh, this is a mix. This has the... Oh, no, it's not. I thought it had the black engobe on it, but it doesn't. These look... similar yet not. Okay. Alright, this definitely has a mix. This, oh. That's pink. That's very pink. I'm going to say that this is pig pink. Oh, maybe not. Do I have a pink? I don't think I have a pink. Uh-oh. Alright, that's a mix. That's a mix. That's a mix. Okay, well, guys, I don't know if this is the terracotta engobe or the dark brown engobe. Or the brick red engobe. They don't look like those, right? So I would say it has to be terracotta, but it's too dark to be the terracotta. Maybe on a lighter piece? No. Alright, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait to see what comes out of the kiln then. Cool. Alright, well this one is definitely shipwrecked, so let's... So I got this one, and unfortunately I didn't fire it, or I didn't paint it, or whatever. I was kind of hoping that I could get this color on that clay to just kind of drip down the sides of like a mug or something. I thought that would be really cool. All right. I'm going to set all these aside. Okay. This has got to be black timber. Although, hold on. This has got to be black timber. Yeah. Okay. So look at the color of that glaze. And that turns into that. So cool. Okay. Cone 6. And I think that's white. Yeah. Okay, so this is black timber. It looks almost metallic in the final glazing, which is what gave me away from black timber over micro ash. Micro ash just makes me really happy. I really like that one too. But yeah, black timber. Okay. Okay, which brings me to micro ash. So it's white. Eco Stoneware SW218. Micro Ash Cone 6. That's on white. I do need to make up a ton more of these little test tiles because I just got a load of new glazes in for the yarn bowl challenge that I did. So I really need to work on getting those tested and through the kiln. All right, so that is micro ash, which is so much darker. I would have called that root beer, but I know that I didn't test my root beer. Oh, you know what? Was that micro ash or was that tiger's eye? Oh, shnikes. Man, I still feel like it just looks like root beer, and I painted these and got these through the kiln before I even got root beer in. I guess I'm gonna have to see. Tiger's eye is a variegated brown glaze that will produce a variety of light and dark brown hues and some pops of red and purple. I don't see any red and purple in there. Thinner application will result in more browns and reds. Thicker application will result in a lighter brown/amber. Micro ash. Oh, this doesn't give me. Just tells me how to apply it. This could be tiger's eye. I could have screwed up here. Alright, we're just gonna put those together. Set them aside. We're gonna patiently wait for things to come out of the kiln. Alright, I am convinced that this is this. That's different. That's different. That's the same. I don't know what that is. Could that be micro ash? Could that be tiger's eye? Oh yeah, that's tiger's eye. Okay. It says, tiger's eye is a variegated brown glaze that will produce a variety of light and dark brown hues and some pops of red and purple. I mean, that's blue. Thinner application will result in more browns and reds. Thicker application will result in a lighter brown/amber. It's got to be tiger's eye. Okay. Okay. I'm convinced that's tiger's eye. Convinced. All right. What else do I got here? All right. I've got micro pearl. Unless that's micro. Okay. That has to be micro pearl. And that has to be milk glass. Okay. And this is on white clay. I use all standard clays. I'm not against using others, just the person that I prefer to buy my clay from only deals in standard. So this is milk glass. I lost my milk glass. Lost my milk glass. That's kind of crazy. Wait. No, that's okay. What opal luster? What does that one look like? Oh, that's blue. Okay. Oh, I wonder if that's opal luster. Maybe. Okay. Oh. Ah, there it is right in front of me. All right. Milk glass. Let me go. Stoneware. Milk glass, cone 6. On white. Okay. This is speckled buff engobe. I actually liked this one so much, just like off of the picture, that I bought that cone. Stoneware engobe. Oh, cone 6. Okay. Speckled buff engobe. And that is on Buff with Grog. It felt rougher than the other one, but always good to check. Okay. Now, that's layered over black. Okay. All right. Let's do this one. Enchanted Forest. This one was done over Umbria, and this one is transparent gray. So because it's transparent over the Umbria, it's much different than it will be over the lighter colors. But this is Enchanted Forest. And this is why I do the test tiles, because this looks completely different than what's on the label. It's much darker, obviously, because it's on the darker clay, but not all glaze is translucent. So it's always nice to see what it will look like. I do want to do Enchanted Forest. I want to do this on top of a marble. Because it's translucent, I want to see like the different marbly patterns that will happen. Over top. Oh, my goodness. But I do want to get through the rest of the clay tiles because I have a bunch that haven't been through yet. All right, so this one has speckles of yellow and orange. You know, these are the same. The yellow and the blue with the light gray speckles. Alright, this is also Enchanted Forest. This has orange speckles in it. This does not. I'm not quite sure what this one is with the orange speckles. Because even when I layered this over the black engobe, there's no orange speckles in it. What happened to the shipwreck? No, that's definitely different. And this one, when this one falls, it becomes lighter, not darker. I don't know what this one is. Alright, we're gonna set that aside until we can figure that out. Microjade. Nope, I don't have any microjade right now. all these really cool. I want to say that this one is probably the opal luster. Okay, well this one here is definitely Enchanted Forest, so let's write that one down. Okay. All right, so those are the same. I think that's the opal luster. This falls with the blue. I'm betting this one's micro ash. That could be the same as that one, but because it's on the darker color, I don't know. This also falls with the blue. This could be the same as that one. Oh, no, this is... That looks like that one. These are both Umbria, though. And because they're Umbria, I'm not really quite sure what they are. And then I have these three, which these don't make any sense. Oh, this might be micro jade. Doesn't have a description. This could be micro jade on a dark clay. Could be. But we're gonna wait to see what else comes through the kiln. Stop trying to focus. Focus on the word. My poor camera. What if I spread them all out? Does that help with your focusing? There you go. Alright, well, this is what I'm down to. Oh, and I guess this one here. I'm unclear as to what these are. So I'm gonna have to wait for the next firing to bring out the rest of them. I do know that I want Enchanted Forest on one of these, at least one of these marble ones. But yeah. Alright, what am I gonna do now, guys? other than take a nap. Like, this has to be my pig pink. That is a darker color clay than what it should be. Like, these are the correct. This is wrong. This is stoneware. Did I paint pink on stoneware to see what would happen? I mean, have I met myself? Probably. Alright, let's see. Let's just go up to cone 6. Fire to shelf cones 06 or 05. Can be fired at higher temperatures. Check color label for cone 6 performance. Can be used on earthenware or stoneware bisque. Can be applied to clay, leaving an area opening for outgassing. Suggest testing first. Do not spray apply without personal protective equipment. Okay, so where's my pink? Okay, this is my cone 6 pink. Alright. Fire to shelf cone 06 to 6. Check individual color label for performance at higher temperatures. This is making me blush. So this is cone 6. Wow, okay. And that's cone 06. That's a difference. It's kind of cool though. I don't have any other pinks here, which is why I'm saying it has to be this. All right, cool. So let's get all this out of here. Boop, 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 boop. Don't know what these are. We'll figure it out after the next one. All right, so this is Stroke and Coat Mako Stroke and Coat. That looks like goat. Coat. SC 100, making me blush. And this is to cone 06. And this is Mako Stroke and Coat SC 100. Come on, Allie. Cone 6 on white. Huh. Alright, cool. This one is I like this one better for a pig because pigs are not pink. I mean, some are. Let's see, 020. Cashew later. Cone 06. This one is when I did Mako Stroke and Coat SC 100 and SC 020 Cone 6. Okay. Cool. So anyway, that's what I'm doing the pigs as instead of the cashew and instead of the pink. I'm doing them mixed. Alright, let's see. Let's clean up for a minute. Oh, I should have. Alright. I should have taken a nap. No. Tropical teal. Yeah, I think that this has got to be that. Gotta be. But that's okay. We can wait. Gonna see how the rest of it comes out. Okay. Okay. So if anybody's hanging out with me today, please feel free to drop a note in chat. I am going to be working on getting better camera stuff going down after Prime Week. I'm excited to see how my purple mint comes out. Anyway, okay. Once again, I'm not tired. You're tired. All right. So we got some wax goobering up here, which is good. So the old wax in here completely dried out in the thing that I was using to paint with. So I kind of scraped it out and put it in here to do its thing. Just says scan for instructions and tips. So I'm now only using this for wax. I know I was using it for decals earlier today, but I'm only going to be using this for wax now. And my issue with this pan is that it is actually pretty shallow. Not shallow. It's actually pretty deep. So That did not work nearly as well as I had anticipated. So, let me show you why it didn't. It's not. So, oh, and that is smelly. Probably should not be breathing that in. Cool, no problem, whatever. Whatever doesn't kill me makes me stronger, right? Don't die on stream, got it. So, all of these little air bubbles, and also this is really thick for this wax. I feel like I'm going to have to scrub this to get all of this wax off. Alright, let's use... I don't want to use that much. Let's use... Guys, we are here to learn. And this was a learning experience. One, I do not think that this wax is supposed to be heated up. They do make something called wax off. So I bet if I put wax off on this, it will take the wax off. This is wax on. I'm honestly thinking that I just want to throw this in the kiln with the bisque and let this wax just burn off. I feel like that would be the correct answer for this bowl. Now, the point of this was to get a tiny little bit of wax right along the rim. So that the glaze wouldn't hit there. Now, obviously, I have screwed that up because I had to get all that wax off because that was a lot of wax. Yeah, I'm thinking instead of scrubbing this, I'm just going to throw this through the bisque kiln, let it burn off, and then paint it. So now the question is, what do I do now? All right, well, let's look at the technical instructions for this, right? I feel like I need this for this to focus properly. I think I need to go higher. I'm gonna have to play with that, but okay. Okay. Yep. All right, that's what I'm going to do with this one. Now, I guess I'm going to go... I just want to paint stuff, guys. So I have this that I find absolutely gorgeous. This is black gloss. With shipwreck on top of it. Shipwreck. Yeah, shipwreck on top of it. Which makes me second guess those other tiles. Because this doesn't look like this. But this is over black gloss, so it's obviously going to be different. Oh, I hate second guessing myself. But I absolutely love, I adore this. So, and I don't think it's Enchanted Forest. No, that's completely different. Okay. Anyway, like this, I need to photograph it with some hooks in it for the website. I love this. This is one of the terracottas. I don't know which one. And I think this had milk glass over it. But again, I didn't write anything down because I was just wanting to get into it and start playing with colors. But I need to get some hooks in here take a photograph of it. I do remember that this was food safe though, so you could use that as just a little cup if you wanted to. Okay. This one here, I have a problem because it was the... Ooh, I only used one terracotta so far. So... Guys, I think I figured out what these are. These are definitely the same. Alright. What did I use on these? It will have far less paint. Than the others. And go dark brown. Nope, definitely not dark brown. That is still full. Okay. So let's try and go brick red. Oh, maybe. That's a lot further down than the others were, than the other one was. All right. And the other one is terracotta. Okay, and go terracotta. Which one of these is down further? Oh, lost the thingy. Okay, that's it. That's the answer. Brick red is down much further than all of the others. So, this and this and this have all got to be brick red. Okay. Solution. Cool. All right, let's write that one down. All right, let's turn nope. Off. Okay. This would have been a whole lot easier if they had all come out of the kiln at once. And I'm going to keep telling myself that. Brick red, alright. Cone 6. Umbria. Red, cone 6. Off. Mako. And Gobe. Red, cone 6. White. Okay. So, this piece had a couple different issues. So I couldn't... so I definitely could not put it up for sale. The end gobe for some reason didn't take around the edges here, and that was probably my fault. Probably didn't do a very good glaze job on it. But this, because it is matte, is going to pull on the yarn. So I need to make sure that all of my yarn bowls are glossy and not matte. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch up this, give it a few minutes to dry. Actually, I'll paint the bottom first. All right, let's do the bottom first. So this is me hand doing the wax around the bottom. And then I'm going to paint the end gobe just on these sections that aren't great. And then I'm going to do a whole coat of the milk glass on the outside. And actually, I might play with this a little bit. I think I'm going to do a light flux over the entire piece, and then I'll paint the milk glass on it, so that it moves a little bit. And because I want to play with my flux that I just bought. So, you know, 2 birds, 1 stone, that fun stuff. So I was really hoping that I could get this up and running today, because obviously hand painting a ring around the bottom of the piece is very time consuming. And I have 100 of these to do. So I want to do at least this part as efficiently as possible, because this is not the fun part. I'm also looking forward to getting a wireless camera to get my whole camera situation bettered. I can only try to better as much as, you know, as much as I know how. So, I'm looking at all of the components that my camera tripods came with. And, it's also fascinating. Like that one will fit my, maybe. That, yeah, that'll fit my camera. And I'm sure that piece there slides onto something that I have. Yeah, man, these cheap tripods on Amazon, I have to say, are just like phenomenal. They have so many different pieces to them that you can kind of mix and match to make the tripod that you need. Unfortunately, I just don't have space to put the tripod behind me, because I would love to have, I mean, I guess I do sort of, I don't know, I'd have to hang it from the ceiling, is what I keep coming back to. Alright. Brick red and gope. Okay. Oh, I know you guys have music on your end watching me, but like, I don't. Because I keep getting hit with stupid copyright. And like, I get copyright. I do. I truly, I get it. I'm an artist. I understand. But I can't listen to music during my streams because of copyright. And it sucks. I need to pull my camera closer to me now. I'm just kind of touching up this area where it didn't take very well. But I'm going to doctor this whole bowl significantly. So I'm not quite caring if I don't get everything perfect. All right. We're going to give that a minute to dry. I'm going to make a mess. Going to waste some glaze. Okay. I'm going to go wash this brush. Then I guess the question is, do I bring down more bowls? It's already 9:30. I think I'm just going to go up and get my sander. And then sand out that one piece, paint this piece that I'm working on. You know, it's kind of funny. We were just talking about stinky clay on chat boards, and I'm like, you know, my clay isn't really all that smelly. Whew. Over the past couple of days, my clay has gotten ripe. Okay, that's washed. All right. Let me go get the sander. I don't know how well my audio works out here. Oh, I can hear all the July 4th fireworks going off. Man, it'll be so nice when I get the wireless camera. I can show you guys the garage. Oh, all the sanders must be outside. Okay. I'm working on a project to get ready for a show. I must have brought all my sanders outside and not brought them back in, because that's how I roll.
Well, we can write down a couple bowls to wash tomorrow. That's fine. Well, I said I was going to reclaim my clothes, right? Alright, so this is a red envelope. This is called Light Flux. This picture is over a color called Cinnabar. So it's not going to be this dark color, it's going to be this light color. But what this does is it makes the glaze that's on top of it run or move. So what I want to do here is I'm going to do 2 coats of this. And they say to use a fan brush, because they always say to use a fan brush. I can, but I'm just so used to like, oof, these are dusty. dry enough. Of course, I touch the wax. Guys, you're just making a mess here. That's what I do for you. I make a mess. All right. Put the paper towel down so I wouldn't get the wax on the paper, but that didn't work. So. Gary just texted me that he misses me. He's so good to me. He's playing in a...
I just realized I was muted, so I wasn't talking to no one. Great. Gary's so good to me. He just texted me that he misses me. He is playing in a Pathfinder module currently. So he's having a lot of fun, which is awesome. I am patiently waiting for these to dry. Okay, I think that's dry enough. All right. So I don't normally want to put flux down towards the bottom of the piece because I don't want it to run off. But I'm going to put this on I'm going to put this on little balls of clay to hold it up. And I'm going to put this on a cookie so that even if it runs, it just runs onto the cookie. I don't know what I'm doing with the wax in this thing yet. I'm going to go read the technical specs on it and see if it's supposed to be melted or not. Because if it's not, then I'm probably breathing in a bunch of stuff that I shouldn't be breathing in. So let's set that down. So glazing the other ones won't be so boring because I'll be doing multiple ones at a time. But yeah, this one's gonna be boring because I'm only doing this one. Yeah, I'm not even talking anymore. At least I got music going. Whew, I'm tired. So unfortunately, this is taking forever to dry, which is a little crazy because the dehumidifier's on, so things should be drying pretty quick down here. And of course my phone is going off and it's just like, go the fuck to bed, Allie. Just stop. Alright, so that is 2 coats of light flux. Not fully dried between coats, which isn't good, but I wasn't really sure if I wanted 1 coat or 2 coats, so yeah, it's fine. Tomorrow morning, this will be fully dry, and I will coat it with 2 coats of milk glass. Which I may actually buy another thing of milk glass because I don't know. I like it. It's simple. It's kind of foggy. I don't know. I like it. But yeah, I think I'm going to sign off because I'm kind of done for the day, guys. Reclaim is still just wet. I could try to reclaim it, but I'm not going to. The wax is a disaster at the moment. I don't know what I'm doing with that yet. Okay. Alright. So anyway, everyone have a wonderful July 4th evening. Don't blow any fingers off from playing with fireworks.